you look over there. Long black boots and long grass. Come here, baby, let me catch you stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Ain't no girl like, ain't no girl like that. No girl like that. I just want to talk to you. Want to talk to you. Come on, let's drive around. Take the time to fool around. Come on, let's drive around. Take the time to fool around. Hey! Show me the money! Hey now, want you look over there? Big red lips and long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you a stare. Like the way you walk when we walk over there.
All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Tuesday, Ruby Tuesday, September 20th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Ruby Tuesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Sign up today. And you want to follow the top pickers each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. In fact, hockeypicks.com is going to get going there in about, we're getting going Saturday with some preseason action. And before that, next thing you know, we'll be right into the regular season. And you want to check out hockeypicks.com when we get going for the regular season. But right now, you want to follow the top pickers at bullpenpicks.com. And let's see, yours truly, Ron Raymond, went 6-3 yesterday. Had a good, it was often good and bad night. You know, football wasn't that great, but we did bounce back with the New York Mets. And 6-3 yesterday. Dom went 5-4, and Art 55 took the day off. Well-deserved day off, because these guys have been absolutely crushing it this year. And let's go to the World Series of Handicapping Pro Football Contest, and let's see who's in the lead right now. And you can see Colby Ryan W, 11-3. Wow, what a great record to start the year. 41 units. Dumper, 10-4, 30.8 units, along with Axsmith. Hey, good old Axsmith, the hockey handicapper too, he is. And look at that, 10-4, 30.8 units. So good job, Axsmith. All Red B1. Hey, there's Brett, my good friend Brett. He's crushing it right there, 10-4. And J.S. Wentz, the handicapper, also 10-4 for 26 units. And folks, those are your leaders right now after the second round. Week number 2 of the Pro Football Handicapping Contest right here at WorldSeriesOfHandicapping.com. And you can still play the weekly contest. All you got to do is sign up. Go to WorldSeriesOfHandicapping.com. And once you get there, just sign up. Make your picks each and every week. Put 7 plays, sides or units. Rank those selections 7 units to 1 unit, 7 being your strongest. And the player with the most amount of units at the end of the season will win this beautiful Baron Championship ring, courtesy of the World Series of Handicapping.com Pro Football Contest. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are located on the World Wide Web. And my name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. It's a very cloudy day here in the nation's capital. It's a little nippy as well. I think it's like 13 degrees, so not a very hot one, but hopefully it's nice and hot where you're at. And hopefully you're tuning in each and every morning to the Raymond Report. And this is where I hang my hat each and every day. Monday to Friday, you can find me right here at the Raymond Report on our YouTube channel. And if you miss us on your YouTube channel, you can always find us on your favorite podcast, because once the show's over, I load up the show to all the podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, wherever you download your favorite podcast, that's where you will find the Raymond Report. Or if you just want to go to YouTube and you want to check it out, we are here each and every day, Monday to Friday, on our YouTube channel. And the good thing about YouTube, if you can't make the live show, no worries. The beautiful thing about YouTube is you get the replay and you don't miss a thing. And the thing I like about the YouTube channel is that you get the visual, right? On the podcast, you only get the audio, but once you get to the website on YouTube, you also get the graphic effects that you see right here at atsstats.com. And we got our new motto, courtesy of our good friend Gloria K, because we all know she's a closer.
Put that coffee down.
And Gloria K is a closer, and teach, win, repeat. That's what we try to do here each and every day. And I see the ramblers and the gamblers of the bullpen starting to stumble in. Hopefully they're stumbling off their money that they made out yesterday like a bandit, like Ross Benjamin would say. He stole. It's like stealing money, but I don't think it's stealing money this year in the NFL. It's been a tough go. And the thing is, when you're handicapping these games, I say it, until the cows come home, you're not handicapping teams, you're handicapping numbers, and we'll get into that in today's show. I got a new segment for you guys today. It's called Contenders and Pretenders, and we're going to take a look at the first 2 weeks of the NFL, the A, B, and C type teams, which teams are pretenders and which team are contenders, and we'll break it down when we get there. All right, I would be remiss if I didn't say good morning to the bullpen. And first one in, like usual, is our good friend F. Hey, up and at 'em, Ruby Tuesday. Here we are. Morning, everyone, says F. Who's Mizzou? The network. Good morning, who's Mizzou? Let's get it, F, he says. Ruby Tuesday. Show me the pearls, baby. Hey, let's get them pearls.
Great cash, homie.
Or we'll just show you the money, right?
Show me the money!
Yeah, let's get that money today on a Ruby Tuesday. That's what we call here. Every show's, we have a little title for every show, right? You got a Cash Out Monday, a Ruby Tuesday, Wacky Wednesdays. We got a full Friday / Thirsty Thursday. That's what we call our Thursdays. And then we got a football friendly Friday to send you off, hopefully on good vibes for the weekend, right? So you see that, who's Mizzou? Brent Vianney. Good morning, Brent. Isaiah. How you doing, Brent? Isaiah? Hey, I get a chuckle because Isaiah's from Minnesota, and I don't think he's in a good mood this morning. Morning, fellas. Jonathan Hines. Good morning, Jonathan from Chicago. Chicago blessings. Hey, welcome to the show, Jonathan. A fellow Chicagoan with Gloria K. Elliot, Ronald. Hey, only family calls me Ronald there, Elliot, unless you're a cousin of mine or something, or I don't know. Elliot, I'm taking a shot with KC today, says Elliot V. I hit a 2 and a 14 parlay. Good job, Elliot V. Right on. That's what I love to hear on a Ruby Tuesday. Hey, yeah. Little round of applause for Elliot right there. John Presco, coach, is on a Bulls run. I wish I was on a Bulls run, but good morning, John. Laugh out, what's new, says Isaiah. And the Bills, a Bills run. Yeah, the Bills, Good job, Buffalo, last night. And here comes the old board right there, the Buffalo Bills. Hey, Bills Mafia did another, man, this team is going to be, the disclosure. Hey, I hate betting against Buffalo, but I just thought 9.5 was way too many points last night. And hey, full credit to the Buffalo Bills. They look unstoppable right now after 2 weeks. But we know it's just week number 2. Anything can happen during the season. But good luck playing the Buffalo Bills right now because they seem to be on a mission right now. And Tennessee, you got to question some of the moves in the offseason, right? Who are you going to get? Who did you replace with AJ Brown, right? Who replaced AJ Brown's? And that's the problem right now in Tennessee. You don't have that deep threat like you did with AJ Brown and that quality receiver, right? So the triplet factors, right? Remember I keep talking about the triplets: quarterback, running back, and receiver. Well, like a good Meatloaf song, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but you need to connect on all 3. All right, John Presco says Buffalo was to the Super Bowl, coach. Yeah, you know what? I won't put the cart in front of the horses just yet, but they're on a good track right now. Elliot, as a New Yorker, I'm fat and sassy right now. Bills and Giants are off to a great start. Fat and sassy. Hey, that's not a good. That's what was that movie from Airplane? That's not a way to go through life, son. Fat and sassy. Isaiah Moore, who at F, and so people are tuning in and stumbling into the bullpen. And that's what we call our chat box. And if you want to support the channel, you can always be a member of the Raymond Report. If you see that join button, you hit it, and then once you post in the section, you see a little star between your name. And the nice thing, and maybe I got to promote this more. Anytime you're a member of the bullpen on the chat box, you get 50% off a membership right here at atsstats.com. So once you sign up at the YouTube channel, send me an email at ronraymond@atsstats.com. Say, hey Ron, I just signed up at your the bullpen on the YouTube channel. Can I get the promo code for ATS Stats, and I will send you the promo code, and you will get 50% off. And it's for a monthly and a yearly package. So monthly is $24, so you'll pay $12 or 12 something, and then for a year package, $99, and you'll pay half price. You'll pay $50 for the year, and you get access to all the tools in the toolbox right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's take a look here. The reason I'm a little late this morning, I was only a couple of minutes late. I don't like being late, right? Ex-military guy. I don't want to be doing a hatless dance. Everybody knows what a hatless dance is, eh? That's when you get charged in the military and you got to go up in front of an officer without your beret or your hat. That's what they call the hatless dance in the military. You don't want to do that. Never, never, right, Denis the goalie? Eh?
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never.
No,
Why not?
Against the rules.
Against the rules.
You know, you're stupid when you do that.
Yeah, well, I know if you're stupid, but you just don't want to be late. But yeah, hey, love these sound bites, eh? I know I can get overkill sound bites sometimes, but as long as they fit into the right mix of the show, then it's always a good way to put a little bit of humor into the show. And this show is all about one thing. And if you follow Rex Ryan, you know what he's all about, right?
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
And we do have a lot of fun here each Monday to Friday, 10:30 Eastern on the YouTube channel. All right, so let's get to the Raymond Report. Let's get on with the show. As I said, got a great show here today. I updated my dynamic duo after week number 2, so I'm going to show you guys that in just a few minutes. But let's get to the Raymond Report. And I got a new chart for you guys here today. Hey, a lot of bells and whistles. I'm one of those guys, I get bored easily. So when I'm bored, I get creative and I say, you know what, time to improve the show, time to improve the graphics on the show, and really teach, win, repeat. And this is part of the teaching part. And the Raymond Report sports betting tip sheet is based on value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and we use a very disciplined money management system. Now, here's the teaching part. If you are into sports betting and you're doing this every day and you are following the Raymond Report, you got to ask yourself this one question. What type of investor are you? Are you an action investor? Meaning, you know, that you need action on the game and you don't care about the price, you don't care about the teams. You're just going to, bet on the games. And 75% of action investors lose their initial bankroll within 30 days, right? So you get like not short-term investors, but recreational gamblers, right? They come in, they see all these ads, all the splash dollars. You can't watch a TV program now without seeing 50 sportsbook ads now, right? But just determine, are you an action investor or a sports betting investor? And action investor is a short-term investor, and I said those people lose 75% of their bankroll within the first 30 days. Or are you a long-term investor and you play the long game? You pick your spot and when to invest. And you don't bet every day. You just, and this is why I say it all the time. You got to have a two-set mentality, right? You got to have a split personality when it comes to sports betting. One side, you got to say, okay, my beer and pizza money bets, whatever your beer and pizza money bet is, could be like $2, $5, $10, whatever your beer and pizza money is, or your investment money, right? This is the money that you really, you want to make a nice little investment and makes hopefully some money, and hopefully it pays off. But you got to pick your spots on those type of investments, right? Now, rule number 2. There's 2 rules in the Raymond Report that I think that are crucial when you are sports betting, right? Is 1, you got to play the percentages. I'm a big percentage play. And line price determines value, right? Line price determines value. And what do I mean by that? As you can see, I got the logo of Tesla and Apple. And bettors always want the best low price, right? You don't get the New York Yankees at minus 110. You don't get the Dodgers at minus 120. Everybody wants the Teslas and the Apples at a really low price. But guess what? If you want quality teams to bet on, you'll have to pay the price a bit. But that's the name of the game in sports investment, right? But the idea is knowing when to play on those picks and knowing the percentage play and the line price and the value is on your side. Now, when it comes to sports betting, I do have 5 non-negotiable rules, and they go like this. Rule number 1, it has to be one of the most important. Again, it's you and the bookmaker. And the one thing you really got to understand, they might have great customer service, but they're not your friends. They're not your friends, and it's offense against defense. You're on offense because you're putting in the bet. They're on defense. They're receiving the bet, and it's you against them after that. Rule number 2, less is more. Always remember, less is more. When in doubt, get out. Rule number 3, And if you follow the Raymond Report, I talk about A, B, and C-type teams. A-type teams are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. B-type teams are 50 to 59. And C-type teams, we don't bet on C-type teams.
So you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
No, we don't do that. Never, never. And those are teams with a record of 49.9% or lower. Also, you're going to hear me talk about cycles, a bullish cycle, neutral cycle, bear cycles. And this is how I track streaks. You know, many handicappers, many bettors look at streaks and find a way to find indicators or a value into betting streak. Well, I bet into 7-game streak when it comes to volume sports. When it comes to the NFL, CFL, and college football, I do it in a 3-game cycle. And when you think about it, a 7-game cycle in NHL could be like 10 days. A 7, and you look at a 3-game cycle in the NFL could be 21 days, right? Because they play once a week. And rule number 5, have discipline and money management system. Have a disciplined money management system. And here's a tip. Situational handicapping plays a big role in how much you should wager on a game. And there's one of the greatest coach in the NFL history, Bill Parcells, says it best. You are what your record says you are. And always remember that when you're betting on sports. And when you're betting on sports, here's a great example. And as you know, I'm very visual. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like that too. You got to see it to believe it, or then you can, dot the I's, cross the T's when you see something, right? So think about this. A, B, and C type teams in the Raymond Report. Now these numbers are just examples. They're not the current numbers of the teams. Let's say, and I'm using baseball, let's say the Yankees are winning 72% of their games, the Cardinals are winning 53% of their games, and the Tigers are winning 42% of your games. Answer this question. Using the teams I just mentioned, if the Yankees, Cardinals, and Tigers are on a 3-game losing streak, which team has the better percentage play of winning that next game? The team that has a 72% chance, 53 or 42% win percentage, and that should give you a bit of an understanding of what exactly the Raymond Report. And again, when you do these type of shows and you're trying to really talk about your system, sell your system, and to make people understand it, I think examples like that really in a nutshell give you an idea what I really mean by the percentage play. If the if all these teams are on a 3-game losing streak, the percentage play of them winning that losing that 4th game, it goes higher to the team that's a C-type team, middle for the B-type team, and then A, right? So I would bet on those A-type teams. But again, it goes all against the odds. What's your odds tolerance level, right? What's your risk tolerance level? Everybody has a risk factor, right? And when you're gambling into sports, there's a risk factor. You just got to understand and know your tolerance of your risk factor. And in this way, it'll help you with your sports handicapping. And if you follow the show and you've been religiously watching the Raymond Report, listening to the gamblers and the ramblers and gamblers there in the bullpen, you'll pick up a lot of good tips. And don't forget to follow us in the Discord. If you go to the front page of the Raymond Report, we do have a Discord, and you can follow that. All right, let's get to the 10 commandments. And that's what I said today. I was going to show you guys a new way to explain the Raymond Report. Hope you liked it. If you did enjoy that little example, hit that like button and let me know what you guys think in the bullpen. Was that a good explanation of the Raymond Report in a nutshell? And I would love to hear your thoughts. Jonathan Hines says, A, they're your friends when you lose money, and they're your bonus contingent when a new deposit. Yeah, exactly. Isaiah says the sports books are your friends when you lose money, and they offer you a bonus contingent upon a new deposit. Yeah, the thing with new deposits and the bonuses, like Isaiah just talked about, you go to all the sports book, you're going to see the nice splashy ads, 100% deposit bonus or a 50% deposit bonus. Read the fine print, because the novice sports bettor comes in and says, oh wow, you're telling me if I deposit 100, you're going to give me 100 and I got 200 to bet with? Yep, that's what they're going to do. But the thing is, a lot of these sports books, they're going to say, okay, now that you got your bonus, you got to roll it over 10 times, 5 times, whatever their rollover rules are. Read the fine print, because just because you put $100 and they matched 100 and you win doesn't mean you can cash out right away. It means you just got to keep betting it 5, 6, 10 times over before you can take it out. And this is why you watch the show, right? To a little bit of market security for you guys and market awareness, right? But you know what? Hey, good on the books if they want to give out that bonus, but just understand there are rules, right? Rules are rules, right, Denis?
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Why not?
Against the rules.
Against the rules. All right, speaking of rules, let's get to the top 10 sports betting tips here today on the Raymond Report. Rule number 1, avoid betting big money on C-type teams. You don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Yeah, never lay points, bet the money line or take the points or bet the over-under. I don't bet on double-header games. I just too much going on that day when it comes to baseball. Follow a disciplined money management system. Never force a pick because you need action on the game like last night.
No, you don't do that.
Nope, you don't do that. Never chase losing bets on a bad day. Bet with your wallet, not your heart. You're trying to beat the number, not the teams, right? You're not in a fantasy league, so always remember you're trying to beat the bookmaker's number. At the end of the day, it's my number against the bookmaker, and that's the number we're trying to beat. Never bet against an A-type team who's bullish at home. The 24-hour rule, hopefully you guys are enjoying the 24-hour rule. It's the players loved it. I tell you, when I was in 2019 coaching with the Orleans Rothman, and we had this 24-hour rule after a big win, I would tell the players, take the next 24 off, enjoy the win, because you never know when, you never know you're going to get the next big win. Then I used to get phone calls from parents. He goes, Coach, did you tell the players that they can stay out all night? And I said, what? What are you talking about? He goes, well, the player said that you told them there's a 24-hour rule, and they're staying up all night eating pizza, and they're in the parking lots, and they're talking, and they're not coming home. And I said, no. I said, hey, the 24-hour rule is just enjoy the win. I didn't tell the players to stay, not to go home. But that's a little, little inside info that I used to tell for you guys here today, a little storytelling. But yeah, some of the players just took it to a whole new level in the 24-hour rule. So make sure if you do win, you do go home, all right? I don't want your wife or husband's calling me saying, hey, you told my wife or husband, take the 24-hour rule after a big win. So just make sure you go home, right? And never bet on big teams that are in a bearish cycle. You don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Why not?
Against the rules. You're stupid when you do that.
Yeah, you're stupid when you do that. All right, the money management system that we recommend here at the Raymond Report, these are A, B, and C type teams. You see the away teams right here, A, B, and C, and then the home teams, and the bullish cycles they're in, or the cycles they're in. They can either be bullish, neutral, or bearish. Depending on if they're home, the cycle, then the recommendation of units that we recommend that you wager on them should help you with your bank role management. All right, there you have it. If you want to get this, there's also a video. There's also a video at the top here explaining the Raymond Report. So if you go to Tools, Sports Betting Tips, there is that video. You can see that, and you can get that each and every day right here at ATSstats.com. Wow, sounds like a bad ripoff scheme. How to make a move over 6 figures. Made $300 off 50 and only got my 50 back. Made $300 off of 50 and only got my 50 back. See, that's what I mean. I don't. You're talking about a sports book. That's why you got to read the fine print, right? All right, Timmy Tusu's in the house. He likes Wainwright versus Clevenger. Is that a under? Says Timmy Tusu, or is that a New York Brewers over? Good morning, teacher. Good morning, solo rider. Good morning to you. Books are sneaky, and so there you go. There, people are stumbling into the bullpen, and welcome to the bullpen. And again, we're hopefully we have a good show for you guys here today. All right, let's get to the ponies, and let's go feed the ponies. All right, get those bets in. Hey, everybody running to the window right now. Give me the 3-horse. Yep, they'll be off and running today at Parks Racing at 12:55 Eastern. It's a 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. And at Parks Racing today, race number 1's a claiming race, $7,000, and $7,500 is the prize money. And if you want to bet race number 1, I recommend 642 in race number 1, Lady Bernadette, with Wrangle on the saddle here, 37% in the money. Number 4 horse, Risen Change, 20-1 morning line. Nice little nice little price there on Rise and Change. Ramos in the saddle at 20-1. And then you got Lulinda's Heart with Haddock in the saddle, 34% in the money. So you got two big shots, long shots right there in place and show money. And the Joker's Wild, that is our selection for the wild card is the number 7 horse, Swift Factor, La Prida in the saddle. The number 7 horse, 8-5, a morning line on Swift Factor. And if you're going to play this one today, I'm going to go with the favorite. One of the favorites is Lady Bernadette, 2-1 morning line with Wrangle. I think it's Wrangle on the saddle here, 37% in the money. And if you're going to play Lady Bernadette, put 10 to win, 10 to place on the number 6 horse. This way, it comes in first, you get paid twice. Comes in second, you get paid once, which is also nice. And that is your free horse racing pick today, courtesy of ATSstats.com. All right, you can also get the premium tip sheet of the horses. Go to horses, premium tip sheet, and if you are a horse player, this is the tip sheet you want to use. You got all the tracks going here today for September 20th. You got about 10 tracks, but the free track of the day is Parks Racing. All right, let's get to the SBI and Morning Run. Lee Clark's in the house. Good morning, Lee. Hopefully you're having yourself a top of the morning. And OG Wheat from the ATL's in the house. How you doing there, OG? Let's get them pearls, baby. Hey, let's get the pearls. Checking in late, but here we are. Great morning, great people, and good morning, OG Wheat, a longtime veteran of the channel. And we love you, OG. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in, everybody, each and every day. You guys are awesome. You make to me, I was thinking about that last night. You see a lot of people, they have like, they call the following the army or something, I was thinking we need a good, the bullpen army, or the some type of nickname for all the bullpen, the people who come to the show here each and every day. We need a good nickname for you guys. Hey, there's my good friend Sandro. How you doing there, Sandro? And hope you're having yourself a good top of the morning. Hey, Buffalo Bills, baby. Hey, Sandro. I know Sandro is a good friend of mine, and we were texting this morning, and we're ribbing each other on the Bills win last night. So, yeah, big soccer guy. If anybody has any good soccer picks or want to talk soccer, that's your guy right there. Sandro loves soccer, and I know we do. I wonder if our good friend from across the pond, Rui Pedro Nageria, he's listening when he's in meetings, and he comes in sometimes and he gives us those great soccer picks. And what is it, Tuesday and Wednesday is the Premier League. I think they're back now since there was a pause because of the Queen's death, but I think the Premier League is back now. But I think Wednesday's the big games, right? The not the Premier League game, but the championship games. I think that's any good games going this week. So if you do have any good games in the Champions League, make sure you guys post it. And Bullpen Mafia says, Sandro, love you guys too, coach. We are family. We are family. Cool in the gang. Hey, one of the concerts me and Ali went saw back in the 80s, or is it the 90s? Cool in the gang. One of the funnest contests I've ever been to. The concerts. Cool in the gang. You guys ever see Cool in the Gang? I know I'm going old school there, but yeah, we are family for sure. All right, Bullpen Woos. Yeah, there's a little Ric Flair for you. There you go, Scotty. Hey, the relievers but it sounds a tad sketchy. Hey, the bullpen relievers. Yeah, I like that. Hey, the closers. How about the closers? Hey, maybe we call the bullpen the closers. Hey, we did some closer t-shirts. That would be good, eh? Because you guys are in the bullpen, and we're closing the show with hopefully on a high note. Yeah, Champions League is going today, so hopefully we'll get some good picks for you guys here today in the Champions League. All right, so SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's take a look at who made us some money yesterday in Major League Baseball. And you can see the favorites still having a death grip here going into in the middle of September. 6-3 yesterday, 6-3 to the over. And on the 7-day average, you can see right there, 62% of the favorites have cashed in the last 7 days, 59.4. And on the 7-day average, still neutral markets when it comes to betting totals. 56.4% of the games have gone under, and it takes 57.1 to get out of the neutral market. So if you're firing away on totals in baseball, just fire away with your units, because we are in a neutral market. Let's take a look at the NFL after week number 2, and let's see what's been coming in since week 1. I know there's been a lot of talk about the underdogs doing very well, and you know what? They have done. Look at this. In week number 2 of the National Football League, 62.5%. In fact, the season, look at this, 62.5 of the favorites have won straight up in the National Football League, but they only covered 46.9% of the time. So that's what, let me see here. You got 12-4, that's 16, 12-4, 16%. So yeah, 16% difference between the favorites winning straight up and against the point spread. You know the old saying, if you like the favorite, if you like them to win, take them to straight up cover. But wow, look at that. Not so much, right? Bookmakers doing a good job. The bookmaker's job is that, to get 50% action, as close as possible to 50%. In week number 2 of the NFL, 56.3% of the favorites have cashed in. So it was a, as Norm Peterson would say,
it's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Yeah, milk-bone underwear is for dog players in the NFL. Let's take a look at college football. I think we did this yesterday a bit, and we'll go through it again. 79.5% of the favorites in college football winning straight up, but only covering 52.5. So if you're betting college football against the point spread, I'm telling you guys, I think college football is one of the hardest of all sports. For me personally, I think college football is the hardest one to win at against the point spread. Yeah, I'm not laying $3,000 on Alabama to win straight up, but that's not happening. But I just think that college football is just one of the toughest sports to win in sports betting. And this is why, if you're a member of ATS, I don't give a lot of college football picks. It's just, I just feel it's so hard. And when in doubt, get out. What does Warren Buffett say about investing? Only invest in what you know, right? And when you got 170 or 270 college football teams, you know how hard it is to track every team. And some guys do it. Hey, there's a lot of great college football handicappers out there, but they dedicated to it, and they're probably not even sleeping at night. Hey, as soon as Sunday rolls around, these guys are doing all their updates, crunching numbers, finding roster injuries, seeing who's who in the zoo, what's going on. But it's very time consuming. And some people ask, hey Ron, how come you don't have college basketball? I can barely do college football. Hey, and then you want me to do 300 college basketball teams? You're gonna see smoke come out of my ears. That'll be the servers just overheating. All right, so that is the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's get to Major League Baseball. And let's take a look at the bullish teams in Major League Baseball. This is the Bears and Bulls report. And what we do here in the Bears and Bulls is we let you know which team is bearish, bullish, and neutral. And look at that. All the A teams, remember Mr. T and the A team? Well, they're all A bullish right now. Look at that. Dodgers, Houston, Mets, Atlanta, Yankees, all bullish. They're either 5-2, 6-1, and you can see right here. So if you're betting the A teams, you're making a little bit of money. Yes, Houston. I know I had Houston yesterday against Tampa Bay. I didn't pull the trigger on the members or the premium picks. I just had a lot of respect for Tampa Bay at home. Was it 13-2 or something like that yesterday? Playing the last 30 days at home in the Tropicana field. So yeah, really tough, right? St. Louis, you can see here the B-type teams. The only team that's hot in the B-type team is Cleveland. Hey, look at that. Cleveland, bullish team. And they're doing very well. So good job on the Cleveland Guardians. And every other team in the B team is either neutral. We don't have the good news is, we don't have a bearish team in the B's or the A's. So you can see if you are betting A and B type teams, like we talked about at the top of the show in the Raymond Report fundamentals, you can see right here, not one B or A type team that is bearish. So, but what goes up must come down. That's because they're all bearish in the C-type teams. Arizona, Cincinnati, Kansas City, Detroit, Washington. You are what your record says you are, says Bill Parcells. And if you're betting on C-type teams, well, we don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never.
Never. Hopefully never. But yeah, so those are the things in the A, B's, and C's. And we'll take a look at the NFL in just 1 second. And right now, Scott, Champions League soccer is an international break for this week. Okay, so Sandro says soccer is on an international break for this week. EY, those favorites, man, damn, and Hotlanta. Yeah, Hotlanta's doing well. Love Hotlanta, says Solo Rider. Looking at some Atlanta hitting props today, I think they get Corbin early, not laying 165 on a run line. Hey, Ron, long time no talk. In the words of the great Michael Jordan, I'm back. He's back, baby. Yolioso is back, and good to see Yolioso back in the house. Hey, welcome back, Yolioso. Long time no talk. Yeah, long time veteran. Hey, Another closer into the bullpen just made its way back here today. So welcome back, Yolio. I'll need to get a welcome back Cotter. Welcome back. Hey, but yeah, welcome back, Yolioso. Good to have you back. And let's get to the next segment, and that will be the NFL Dynamic Duo. Now, the beginning of the year, I talked about the dynamic duo. You know, in college, in NBA basketball, I talk about the Batman-Robin theory. In football, I call it the dynamic duo theory, right? So if you recall at the beginning of the year, I gave you guys the coaches combo along with the QB1, and I did a little bit of, there's QB2 right here. And you can get this if you go to our website and you want to see the winning percentage of the coaches. And when I handicap sports, and the thing, the DNA of winning, when you look at winners, and I know Mike Singletary loves winners.
I want winners.
And I love winners too. But what I look at is coaches and quarterbacks, because when you look at a football team, what's the two main things that people will talk at a press conference, right? Reporters, they'll talk about, or even, when they're hiring, and, who's the head coach and who's the starting quarterback. The two key pillars of an organization when it comes to football, right? Who's designing the blueprint and the preparation for the week going into the weekend game, and who's your starting quarterback? Those are two of the crucial things. And what I'm going to do I don't know if I'm going to update this I'm going to update it, but I don't know if I'm going to post it every week, because you remember when I told you guys, I said, you know what, power ratings, I think they're great to have, but I think they should only be updated like every 3 to 4 weeks, because you get a team like Philadelphia played Detroit last week, then they played Minnesota, and I don't know who they're playing next, but I'll take a look. But you get these cupcake games in between, right? And I don't want to give out power ratings each week after cupcake games, right? I think when you do power ratings, you should do it in cycles, right? And I think what I'm going to do every 3 to 4 weeks, I think 3 weeks would be good. I think after the third week, I'll give you the update. So for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to update it like week 1, week 2, week 3, and then I'm going to go week 6, 9, and so on and so forth. So what I do here is I take the teams, the coaches, and the quarterbacks. I give them a ranking, a point system, and as you can see, my number one coach-quarterback combination right now, obviously McDermott Allen. Number 2, LaFleur Rodgers, 60 points right here. Number 3, this is where we can start debating now, and this is why I love this, because what I've done is I rank the quarterbacks on the coaches with my personal scouting report, right? The way I feel, how I would feel if I'm betting them, or the way I did it also is like, okay, if I'm starting a football team, which coach do I want coaching my team, and who's my starting quarterback? So that was a bit of the philosophy of how I came up with this power rating right here. But number 3, the LA Rams, McVay, Stafford. Number 4, Andy Reid, Mahomes. You know what? Patrick Mahomes right now, I don't know if you're going to agree with me, but I don't have him ranked. Look, so the way the rankings work, I go from 32 to number 1, right? And I got him at number 26, so that would be 5th best quarterback. Now, people are going to debate, really? You got Mahomes number 5? Some people have him ranked higher. He didn't really show me a lot last game. And then the thing is, when is Patrick Mahomes really good? When he's out of the pocket, right? If you keep Patrick Mahomes in the pocket, you know what? The jury's out. I know he's a great quarterback, but the thing is, you're just always great when you're out of the pocket, right? So I think Mahomes, let's be honest, that could have been an L last week. To me, I thought the Chargers outplayed the Chiefs, and I wasn't for that interception for a touchdown, and the Chargers made some really crucial bad turnovers. That, to me, I thought we got lucky. If you had Kansas City, I think that was a big lucky win. But anyways, Patrick Mahomes, I think the jury's out just a bit. Hey, great quarterback, not taking nothing. I don't want to overvalue him, right? Maybe that's the better word. I just don't want to overrate him, overvalue him, because I think he's a good quarterback. I just want to see him win those games against those A-type teams in a convincing fashion. I want to see more convincing games, like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, those type. Last night, great game for Josh Allen. when they show up, they step up. And Josh Allen, when he throws the football, it's as if he's throwing like a baseball. When I see him throw the ball sometimes and it comes in, it's like his hand is so big, he throws it like a baseball. Hey, it's unbelievable the arm strength he has. Anyways, back to number 5. I got the Chargers with Brandon Staley and Justin Herbert at number 5. I got the Bucks, Todd Bowles and Brady. Obviously, Brady brings up this ranking because he's Brady. John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson at number 7. And I got Miami at number 8. Now, you're probably saying, why do you got Tua ranked below Lamar? Hey, great win last week for the Miami Dolphins on the road. Lamar Jackson, it's just one game, right? It's just one game. And it took a fourth quarter comeback. But I really think, and I said this at the beginning of the year, remember I said Tua has got like a 60% win percentage as a starting quarterback. Where was it? Tua. Where's my Tua record right here? Yeah, 61%. And those Alabama quarterbacks right now, man, they are... Nick Saban's doing something really good for quarterbacks right now in Alabama. So if you're a high school player and you want to play quarterback, just, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that Alabama is a great program. But if you're a quarterback, it's starting to look like QBU. What used to be QBU? I know Penn State's like linebacker U, but USC used to be QBU. I don't know where QBU is anymore. All right, let me see. Trevor Lawrence I got, and Peterson. I like Peterson. I think Peterson's a great coach. Trevor Lawrence at number 9. Belichick and Jones at number 10. Dable and Jones. I got Vrabel, Tannehill, Sirianni, and Jalen Hurts. I got him right now at number 6 and 16. Now you're saying, Ron, Jalen Hurts had a great game last night, and but who did they play? They played Detroit on the road, and they played Minnesota at home. Had that been in Minnesota and you had a performance like that, then it'd probably be in my top 10. So little perspective, right? A little bit of perspective. Kyle Shanahan, you know what? Jimmy Garoppolo's got those guys a career. Hey, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, this guy holds your future right here. What you guys did to make him backup, Trey Lance, unfortunate injury. But if Jimmy Garoppolo would have signed with another team, these guys would be up the creek, you know what, right? But yeah, so we'll see what happens right here. Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow. I don't know what's going on. A slow start, but tough opponent, Pittsburgh, and then Dallas. Yeah, Dallas. I don't understand that one. So I got Minnesota at number 13. Pittsburgh, Tomlin, Trubisky. I got Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray. McCarthy. I know McCarthy. I still like McCarthy as head coach with Cooper Rush. I got them at number 19, and I got Lovie Smith and Davis Mills here at number 20, and you can see the other down here, right? So let me know what you guys think. Broncos number 27th. Yeah, let me see. Broncos 28. Nathaniel Hackett, Russell Wilson. You know what? Nathaniel Hackett, it's just like Josh McDaniels, right? When Josh McDaniels was the head coach in Denver, didn't do a lot of things there, and, not off to a great start. And again, I'll go back to my Brian Trottier rule of hockey. Remember I said, some players who turn coach, they're great assistants. But when it comes to leading and preparing, and you're leading, you're a general. You are a general, and you're trying to prepare your team to battle every weekend. If you don't get your team prepared and you don't set a culture, and the thing is, when you're a head coach, you're not just designing the practice plans. You're not just designing you're designing the culture of the environment that you're trying to operate in, right? And your culture is everything. If you don't build a winning culture and you let things get away, the one thing I can tell you as being a football head coach, you can't let anything get away with players get away with anything. You got to keep accountability. You got to keep not just players, everybody on the staff accountable, and it's all about accountability when it comes to being a football head coach. When you're the head coach of a football team, you are setting the culture, the environment, and you're keeping everybody accountable. And the thing is, we used to have a high school teacher, and he had a great saying, and I used to tell this to our coaches, right, at the beginning of training camp. Never let them see a smile till week 3. And you're probably saying, well, wow, that's kind of mean. No, it's part of building a culture. When you're trying to build a culture, and we used to have an English teacher, and he told my wife this is where I thought it was a great saying. And he goes, he's a high school teacher, and he told Nally, he goes, look, she was a young teacher, and one of the best advice he gave her, and it was never let them see a smile till Christmas, because you're trying to discipline and keep a culture of success, right? So I thought that was a great saying, and I used to tell our coaches, yeah, you know what? I love that. Never let them see a smile till game 3, and then that way they get the message that the environment. And the thing is, in football and sports, I say this all the time, and I know I'm getting on a Ron Raymond rant here, but that's okay. That's what you guys signed up for, right? The hardest thing in sports, you know what the hardest thing in sports is on trying to build a football team? Is trying to balance fun with winning. It is one of the hardest tasks you can ask a head coach to do at any level, any sport. Balance with fun, balance with winning. How do you mix fun with winning? It's really a very delicate mix, because if you have too much fun, you're not going to win that much, especially if you don't have the players to bail you out, right? If you have an average team, if you do a lot of winning, and normally when a team has a lot of winning, there's a lot of infighting, and it's like family, right? Not fisticuffs or anything like that. It's just tension. It's just a serious tension, because when you hold people accountable, there's going to be confrontations, and when you have confrontations, you're going to question people, and you're going to call them out. And the one thing is, when you call out other teammates or other coaches in front of people, tension can get really high, but that's where you bring out the best out of people. But always remember that if you're coaching, a young coach, always remember the hardest balance is how to have fun and winning put into one same thing, right? It's really tough, delicate balance to do. But I don't know if you guys agree with that, or if you know where I'm coming from, especially if you're a football coach out there, and you know what I'm trying to say, right? All right, thank you, Yolioso, for the nice tip. Very much appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much. Giants will take care of Dallas for sure. I tell all my girlfriends that never let them see a smile. Never let them see a smile. There's always a bad apple there in the bunch. All right. Anyway, so you can get this dynamic duo ranking right here at ATS. All you got to do, go to Tools, NFL Coaches, and then once you get there, scroll down, and here's my chart right there of the coaches, quarterback, dynamic duo, along with a point system. And you know what? If you're ever handicapping, this is a tip I want to give you guys. Let's say you got a matchup going on, and you really don't have like the tiebreaker. You ever do this? You handicap sports, and you do your pros and cons list, and the next thing you know, it's like you got 50-50. It's like, man, I just need something to push me over the edge. Especially if you're in like a pool where you need to make a pick. Come back to this chart here. Always go back to the top. What do they say? Crap rolls downhill, right? And if something goes wrong with a team, who's the first person they blame? Normally it's the quarterback, but then it's the coach, right? And always remember, it's always there's a pecking order in any hierarchy organization. That's why I love football, because of that, the hierarchy, right? The coach, quarterback, coordinators, and so on and so forth. When you're looking at the coaching rank, you got the coach, the coordinators, the position coaches, support staff. But always come back to this chart if you are when in doubt, and it will help you with your handicapping. All right, let's get on to the next mission here, the pretenders and contenders, and then we'll get to some baseball, because we are still playing some baseball here, right? All right, let me go back to my chart right here, and let me go to the index. And if you got any questions, just there's Rusty right on cue. If you guys got any questions, I'll read some of your comments. If you guys want to post anything, who do you like in baseball today? Anything sticking out for you guys in baseball today? Make sure to post it into the bullpen, with all the closers. All right, just wait. All right, here we go. So let me see here. So let's the new segment I'm going to start here each Tuesday. It's called Contenders or Pretenders. And what I want you guys to do is I'm going to go through the teams, the A-type teams, and you tell me if these teams are pretenders or contenders. And let's have a little bit of fun with this. All right, Philadelphia Eagles. Pretenders or contenders? Now, when I look at the Eagles, I look at the games. They played Detroit, and they on the road, and they beat Minnesota. So for now, man, Jalen Hurts looked pretty good last night, but I don't know if I'm sold yet, because Detroit still put 35 points on them. So I'm going to say pretenders for now. I know some of you guys are going to say, are you nuts? Yeah, for now I'm nuts. Tampa Bay, They beat a Dallas Allen, Jameis Winston team, and they beat Dallas. So I'm not really sold on Tampa Bay right now. Good team. I just don't know if they're going to stay an A-type team. Kansas City, again, Kansas City looked against the Chargers. They got the win. And then they got the win in week number 1 in a blowout fashion. I still think they're a good team, a contender type team. I'm going to keep my eye on Mahomes here, because a lot of defense coordinators, they're going to look at that blueprint that Bill Belichick did last year, how to contain Mahomes, and we will see, right? No Tyreek Hill. Got to keep in mind, no Tyreek Hill. And look what Tyreek Hill's doing for Miami. So right now, Kansas City, I'll say contender, but contender A-. New York Giants, man, Dable's doing a really good job. They go in Tennessee, but Tennessee's got no receivers. They didn't replace A.J. Brown, and then they beat the Panthers. So the jury's still out. You know what? As much as I want to give them the contender out, I just can't. They're still the Giants, still Daniel Jones. So right now, I can't give them the contender title. Buffalo, no doubt in my mind, probably the best team right now. Contender for sure. Miami, I think they're real. I think Miami's real. I think they're going to be contenders. So of all those two teams right there, I think the Chiefs, Bills, and Dolphins are your contenders. Eagles, Bucks, and Giants, pretenders type thing. What do you guys think? Am I in the right path there? Unless you guys think differently, right? All right, what do you think of the Chargers? Contenders. Jets, pretenders. Ravens, contenders. They just had. Here's the thing with the Ravens. Defense coordinator got outsmarted. How do you not put safety help over Tyreek Hill? You know what I mean? If you got a receiver with 4.2 speed and you're playing cover 2, there's no way. If you're playing cover 2 in football, nobody ever should get behind you as a free safety. And cover 2 means you got 2 free safeties who are about 14, 18 yards off the line of scrimmage. There's no way on God's green earth that Tyreek Hill should have been burning those guys all weekend. Somebody in Baltimore needs to get fired on defense. To be honest, if I'm looking at the film and I'm looking at the defense coordinator and I'm saying, what are you thinking? Why are you not putting safety help over the corner when Tyreek Hill's isolated on the weak side or strong side of the field? That doesn't get it. All right, Steelers 1-1. You know what? I believe in Tomlin. And it's just the running game. Pittsburgh needs to get that running game going. Cleveland, pretenders. Arizona, pretenders. Jacksonville. You know what? I think they're going to be a very good football team. I think they're going to be I don't think they're going to stay in the B club. I think they'll get back to the C club. But I think Jacksonville's the team you're going to watch at home and probably fade on the road. Denver, until Nathaniel Hackett is he's learning really the hard way here in the NFL, right? So I think he's going to go through some growing pains. And Russell Wilson, man, he's got all the tools. But it's just jury's out on Russell right now for me. But pretender. Denver, pretender. New England, contender. Dallas, you know what? Contender. I like Dallas. San Fran, man, if Jimmy G goes down, we're in trouble. Hey, we're in trouble. Was it the different strokes of Willis and Arnold? We in trouble. Yeah, they're in trouble. If Jimmy G goes down, we in trouble. Minnesota, the Vikings, you know what? They're a bit like Jacksonville, right? They're going to be great at home, but last night on the road, you can't be a Jekyll and Hyde team in the NFL. Washington, you know what? Ron Rivera, Carson Wentz, pretenders. Green Bay, contenders. Chicago, man, I want to say pretenders, but I'm going to say not contender, but I'm going to say pretenders. Detroit, pretenders. Wait till they get on the road, right? Wait till they get on the road. The Saints, pretenders. Rams, contenders. Seahawks, again, probably a team you're going to support at home, but not on the road. Looking at the C-type teams, you got the Raiders. The Raiders, man, it's just Josh McDaniel. Yeah, he's an offense coordinator, right? When you think of McDaniels, what do you think, right? You think of him sitting on the bench on the iPad with Tom Brady. That's when I think of McDaniels. I think of the visor. I think of the bench at Gillette Stadium or whatever it's called. And I just see him and Brady sitting there going through all the reads and the plays, right? Man, it's just, I don't know, man. Oakland, could be trouble. Cincinnati, you know what? I think Cincinnati is going to be fine. It's just, it's going to take a few games. There's too much talent on that team for them to be pretenders, right? Atlanta, pretenders. Houston, pretenders. Tennessee, pretenders. If they don't get a receiver, they didn't replace AJ Brown. That's the problem. Indianapolis, wow, that's fool's gold right there. Hey, if there's any, it's not even contenders. It's not even pretenders. That's fool's gold right there. I think they fooled everybody in the preseason rankings, and Carolina also pretender. All right, what do you guys think? Who's your surprise team right now in the NFL through week number 1 and 2? And let me know. Obviously, for me, it's Miami. I knew they'd be okay. Not this good, though. They with Tyreek Hill. When you got a weapon like Tyreek Hill, you're never. Hey, you go into Baltimore on one of the toughest stadiums to play in, and you make a fourth quarter comeback like that. Obviously, you're not going to do that every Sunday, but that was an impressive win. All right, Sunday Night Football, Broncos currently a pick. Man, this game will be so telling for both sides. My early lean Denver, Jimmy and the 49ers, 7 points in the second half versus a poor Seahawks team. Yeah, you know what? It's I don't know, maybe there was a letdown after the Russell Bowl there against Denver on that Monday night, but Seattle did not look good. When I look at some of the when I look at these teams here, yeah, these are all teams I expect to be there. The B type teams, we'll see after week 3, right? We'll see after week 3 how many of the B. Here's the thing. Now, these teams in B, they only got 2 places to go. Penthouse or outhouse. So we'll see the B teams if they're going to go into the penthouse, the A team, or they're going to come to the outhouse with the C teams. All right, let me know your comments. And Colts, shaking my head. Yeah, DeGen Woodward. Yeah, me too. That's why I call them fool's gold. Indianapolis, fool's gold right here. But here's the thing. I'm going to give them a little bit of a breather this week, and maybe I'll take back my fool's gold comment until they play one home game, right? Yeah, it's, how hard it is to win the NFL on the road. Let's see these teams. Like, how many teams have not played a home game yet, right? So I know the Colts haven't. Let me see. Who else hasn't played a home game? Let me see. Seattle. No, they played on the road. Rams. I think the Rams have. Yeah, they haven't played a road game yet. Saints. Saints played 2 at home, I think, right? But who's played 2 road games? I know the Chicago, no, Green Bay, Washington, Minnesota, San Fran, Dallas, Patriots. The Patriots, the week 1 was Patriots at home week 1. I can't remember. Denver, Jacksonville, Arizona, Browns, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Jets, Chargers. Yeah, is it only Indianapolis that played 2 road games? Dolphins, Bills, Giants. Oh, the Giants. Yeah, the Giants played 2. Or no, they were at home this weekend, right? They were at home against Carolina. Chiefs, Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks have played 2 road games, right? Tampa Bay has not played at home yet. Yeah, so, all right, we'll see this week if Indianapolis and Tampa Bay, those are 2 teams. Let's see. Well, Tampa Bay is going to be pretty good at home. They always are. But, yeah, you don't, we saw on Sunday, right? Don't poke the bear when he's sleeping, but that's what they did. All right, let's get to our VPP, our value and percentage play. And how we doing on time here? 51 minutes, so we're going to have to fly through these here today. But let me know what you thought of that segment. If you like the pretenders and contenders segment, and you know what, it's good. It's a good way to do a little bit of a recap from the weekend, Monday Night Football. And just to see and talk about, so this way when you're handicapping the games, when you're doing your, Tuesday, normally Tuesday is like a day off for a lot of the sports books and handicappers. It's not as heavy intense because you're in preparation mode. But then when you get to Wednesday, Thursday, then you start looking into things, right? You need some type of day off when you're handicapping, and the Tuesday to me is like an off day when it comes to workload, right? Not a lot of football going on. Actually, there's none. And then a lot of preparation for Tuesday for a lot of people in the industry. All right, let's take a look at the A, B, and C type teams going at it today. You got LA taking on Arizona, 70% chance now, doubleheader. So you know the rules about doubleheaders.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Why not?
Against the rules.
Against the rules. Yeah, against the rules, betting doubleheaders. Boston taking on Cincinnati. You got C on C type crime. We got Cincy winning at 50.9, but look at that, Boston 49.5. You got the Cubbies and Marlins, 2 C-type teams. We got the Marlins winning at 50.5%. Another great game here today. Now Houston clinched, so what's their gas factor, right? I used to say in football, the gas factor. They say, what do you mean by gas? It's your give a factor, right? What's your give a shirt factor? Is their gas factor really, did they celebrate last night? Are they really wanting to win this game? You want to win every game. As soon as you take the field, the ice, the court, anything, you want to win everything. You can play checkers, you want to win. Tampa Bay, 54%. And I think they got McClanahan going today, right? And who's up? Kristen Javier, yeah. So this will be a good game. Tampa Bay, minus 130. I do like the Rays here today with McClanahan on the hill. This is a good one. Hey, World Series, what was it, 93? Was it the 93 World Series repeat? Or was it, 92 was Atlanta, 93 was Philly. Minus 125. And for Toronto, who's going here for the Blue Jays today? You have Ross Stripling, the Swiss Army knife for the Blue Jays up against Kyle Gibson. And both these teams needs win, right? Both these teams are trying to stay in the playoff hunt. This is going to be a great game. This is going to be a great series. This is going to be a great series. I'm going to go with the Blue Jays here. I'm going to go 46.8%, minus 125. I had the line value at 134. Neutral 2 days. The Blue Jays on the road, 36 and 24. 40 and 32. While Philadelphia, 44 and 31. Philly's tough at home. Look at that, 44 and 31. Blue Jays, just as many wins, 40 and 32. Against B-type teams, look at their record, 38 and 33. But the thing that really, when you see this record here, the Blue Jays against the Phillies, so when Toronto faces teams with a winning percentage of 50 to 59.9, 38 and 33, while Philadelphia's 15 and 11. What stands out for you guys right here? There's a question for you guys. What really stands out? It's not, it's not 15 and 11 that stands out for me. It's not 38 and 33. It's the volume of games. Toronto has played 71 games against B-type teams, while Philadelphia has only played 26. That's huge. And, that means battle tested. I'm all over the Blue Jays here. I'm all over the Blue Jays. Detroit taking on Baltimore, minus 200. Yeah, I'm not laying 200 on Baltimore. Pittsburgh against the Yankees, minus 200. I do like the Yankees here today. They got to get back in starting to get more and more consistent. I know they had a rough August, but the Yankees got to be, they're dominant at home, 15-22. I like the Bronx Bombers here today. Atlanta, minus 320, not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Mets against Milwaukee. Hey, we got the win last night. That was the only bright spot for me last night, was the New York Mets. I had Mad Max. Thank you, Mad Max, for that. Hey, nothing like turning in and seeing a 5-0 lead, right? You don't have to sweat it out. And you got the ace, one of the aces on the hill. Hey, pretty bad when you're the second best pitcher on the staff and you're Matt Scherzer, right? Hey, must be nice to be the New York Mets. 55.7% chance of winning today for Milwaukee. And the Brew Crew today going to send Brent Sutter to the hill, the lefty against Carlos Carrasquez. Carrasquez, 15 and 6, 3.70 ERA. And in his last few starts, wow, 5 wins in his last 7 starts. So pretty good. Carlos Carrasco having a good year. What's his road ERA though? Hey, is he a Jekyll and Hyde type pitcher? Let me see here. At home, 3.21. Yeah, 4.42 ERA on the road. 9-2 at home, 6-4 on the road. So loves the home cooking, but not too much on the road, right? But it is the New York Mets. They're bullish. I do like the Mets again. Hey, Milwaukee seem to do this every year. They get everybody excited, and then they just, they poop the bed there in September, October. Angels taking on Texas, CNC type crime. We don't do that. Never.
No, you don't do that.
Nope. Cleveland against Chicago. Oh, that's a good one right there. You got the Guardians sending Aaron Savali to the hill. When was the last time he pitched? Let me see here. I know he's been on and off. August 28th. So his first start since August 28th. He hasn't had a win since May 20th. Yeah, I don't know if I can back against Dylan Cease. Yeah, give me the White Sox. I had him at minus 139 on the value index, and you can see 175. Minnesota against Kansas City. The Twins, Isaiah, your Twins are going here today. They're going to send Dylan Bundy against Zach Greinke, the veteran. I do like Minnesota, but you got Zach Greinke. If anybody can get you out of a rut, it's the old veteran, right? Greinke. Maybe I might take Kansas City. Check bullpen picks for my latest. San Fran, Colorado. Don't like that game. You got, let me see, CNC type crime. Seattle against Oakland. You have Luis Castillo. Yeah, I do like Luis. In fact, how has he been the last 3 outings? Not too bad. Hasn't had a loss. Only got one loss since August. Let me see here. Wow. You know what? Very impressive. Only got one loss since June 15. Since June 15, only one loss for Luis Castillo. To me, still the steal of the trade deadline. They getting Luis Castillo, Seattle. Now you got to build around him. St. Louis taking on San Diego. I do like. Let me see here. Who's going here today for the Cards? Let me go back here. St. Louis, Adam Wainwright, the old veteran, against Mike Clevenger. And what's Wainwright's ERA on the road? Let me see here. Let me take a look at his numbers. Yeah, a little bit 7-3 at home, 2.61 ERA, but on the road 4-6, 4.31 ERA, but only one loss since July 22nd. So yeah, that's what you get with the experience, right? And Clevenger. Let me take a look at Clevenger's number right now. 5-7 on the year, 4.47 ERA. Only one win since August 17th. I'm going to go with the veteran. I like the, let me see the numbers here. Yeah, I'm going to go with, let me see, San Diego against B-type teams, 13-13. Look at that. They beat the beatables, but they struggle against the A's and B's, right? Same thing with St. Louis, though, 17-21. Yeah, maybe a game you want to pass. You want to pass on that, and there's the second doubleheader of the day. All right, that is your VPP, and as Stone Cold would say, hey, where's my buddy?
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, Scott says Detroit 6-0 in Baltimore and 8-0 last 8. We use gaff on the East Coast. Give a F factor. Yeah, gaff. I like that. Good one there, Scott. I use gas. Eh? The give a factor. All right, Lions, Atlanta week 1. The Gent, Colts. All right, what do we got here? We got the sports betting markets. Yeah, let's go to the markets. And again, if you haven't been to the front page of ATS, check it out. You're going to see a new ranking right now, the top 25 sports betting options. This is going to change each and every day, especially when NHL and the NBA start going. Right now, you can see here the top 25, and let's go look at the top 3. Let's go top 5 Major League Baseball betting options. Now, the reason why we call it betting option is because of situational handicapping. And if you're tuning in for the very first time, the reason why we do this chart right here on the front page, instead of doing a power rating where we always put the favorites or the win percentage or that, we put the teams who are going through good cycles. So you can see right now, San Diego, neutral 16 days, Seattle, neutral 11, Texas, neutral 8, San Fran, neutral 8, and then you got Baltimore, neutral 7. Now, what you want to do is look at the type of team. You got a B, a C, a C, a B, and a B. Now, once you've distinguished the A, B, if you're looking or using this to play a pick, what I would do, look to see if it's an A or B type team. And then what I would do, see who they're facing, the B type team. Go check that out. So San Diego's have won 50% against B type teams, where Seattle, taking on Oakland, the C type teams, they've won 60%. And they have a 60% chance of winning today. So, not bad. And if you look at the line value, minus 143, and you're paying 220. So, that's how I would read the chart here on the front page of ATS Stats. And it's a good way to handicap the numbers, right? What's rule number 2 or rule number 7 in the Raymond report? We talked about the sports betting tips. Let's go to our golden rules. And let me just click on this. The Raymond report explained in 5 minutes if you want to watch that video. But let's go down here and rule number, number 7. You're trying to beat the number, right? You're not trying to make a fantasy league or anything like that. You're trying to beat the bookmaker's number. And NFL, if you want to see the NFL right here, looks like the Chargers are your number 1 option. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, New England round up your top 5. All right, we all know what time it is.
We talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
It's not silly, because we are talking about the 80% club, and we are talking about not practice, but we are talking about stats and trends. And always remember, trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent. Chicago White Sox 13-1 as a 160-180 home favorite after a division game the last 2 years. The White Sox 13-1 as a 160-180 home favorite, coming off an American League Central Division opponent the last 2 years. The over 11-1 for the Blue Jays, coming off a 1-run loss this season. So maybe the over is where you want to lean with Stripling on the hill against Gibson. And then the Twins 10-1 to the under as a 120-140 road favorite, coming off a 5-game road trip, and that's going back to 1996. And those are the trends of the day.
We talking about practice.
We're talking about the 80% Club stats and trends. All right. That's the show, folks. That's the Ruby Tuesday show of the day for a Tuesday, September 20th. And I thought, hey, you know what? A lot of pearls in today's show, a lot of wisdom. And again, toughest thing in football as a coach, what do I always say? Trying to mix fun and winning. It's almost a sentence. You can't put those two words in the same sentence. It's very tough. Ask any championship team what it takes to win a championship. And sometimes, yeah, it's fun when you win, but when you're winning, sometimes you're masking a lot of bobos, as I say, right? But yeah. It was hopefully a productive day for you guys here today. And again, if you want to get the rain report, you want to see all the matchups, all you do is go to MLB rain report, and let's go to that Jays Phillies game. And you can see right here, once you go to the Jays and Phillies, you go view now. And it'll give you the rain report tip sheet. This is basically my life's work in one page right here. Hey, when it comes down to basically when you think about it, well, when I think about it, everything that I believe in, I put it into this tip sheet, and it's all there for you guys to handicap. And if you watch the show every day, and you're going to start learning all about the abbreviations, right? DMVI, Daily Market Value Index, the CAL, chances of winning, COGO, chance of game going over, LOA, law of average. These are all things. SOS, strength of schedule, PVI SOS, parity value index, strength of schedule, and you got the home records. You got with the roles of the teams, like when does Toronto or Philly, how do they do as a home favorite or as a road underdog? The Blue Jays this year, 12-13 as a road dog, 5-2 runs for, 4.1 runs against, while the actually, are they underdogs today? Let me see. No, they're favorites. So, road favorites, the Blue Jays as a road favorite this year, 28-19, averaging 4.89 runs for, giving up only 3.74. So, pretty good on defense. And for the Phillies as a home dog, only been there 6 to 11 times this year. Not bad when you consider it. 6-5 as a home underdog, 3.7 runs for, giving up 4 against. And if you scroll right down to the bottom, you're going to see the history of the teams, the last 7, the last 10 games. And here's all the situational handicapping spots. You can see the Blue Jays on 1 day's rest on the road, 8-4 in the year. 11-3 last 30 days, but look at this. Last 45 days, the Blue Jays 15-6 last 45 days on the road. While the Phillies, man, they're like Tampa Bay right now. 11-3 last 30 days at home. They're coming off a loss, and they are 18-16 off a loss. And you can see right here, 35-22 during night games, and they are 6-1 coming off a 3-run loss this year. A lot of information, a lot of things, more stats you can shake a stick at, and you can get that right here each and every day at atsstats.com. And that's a wrap, because I feel my voice is just about to give up today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. If you do enjoy the show, hit that like button. And at the end of the day, just remember, it's all about the pearls, baby. Just give them the pearls, and hopefully you send them home a winner. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back here on a wacky Wednesday. Harry Carey, let's go.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Joe, own the Chiefs.
Owns.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling. Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Great cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here? Woo! If you smell what the Rock is cooking. That's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
Hey, yeah, would you look over there? Big red lips, long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me catch you stare. Like
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass.